This match was released in full on our Patreon. Our Patreon is the only way to watch all-purpose events in full. Thank you to these patrons who help support Purpose Wrestling and bring great pro wrestling to you. If you'd like to join them and support Purpose, visit purposewrestling.com/VOD. Link in the description. Purpose Wrestling, made with love. Some interesting statements there from the competitors in that last match, David. The teams with attitude are fired up and well. Sefton and Gray don't look like they're going to be a tag team anymore.
You know what I like about all the things we heard from all four of them? They are fired up. They want to make sure they make their mark here at Purpose. How can you not be happy and excited for the future of British wrestling after seeing that match and hearing what they have to say?
This is an interesting one. We've got the undefeated DiMatteo taking on Experiment in Terror's newest member, Skye Smitson. Now, I'm really interested to see how her training and her time with Experiment in Terror is going to change her attitude, change her methodology in the ring.
I would say it didn't. If there's one thing that we could always notice every time that Skye, like when Skye came out with LK and with Elijah, is that she fit right in. She didn't have to change a thing to make Experiment in Terror better. They, as a unit, are better than the sum of their parts, and that's only because of how natural their connection is, right? This is the first time that Skye is alone in the Purpose Wrestling ring. She has a great career as a singles competitor in other promotions, but this is the first time the Purpose audience is seeing Skye Smitson by herself, and I do believe that she has something to prove.
It's a big challenge against someone like Laura DiMatteo. Not only is she undefeated here, but she's got a lot of experience.
Dude, Laura is on fire.
So this is an interesting clash of styles. The technician, Laura DiMatteo, submission specialist against the bruiser, the brawler, Skye Smitson. Interesting one. I think Laura's going to look to ground Smitson, not get caught out by those sharp elbows and those punches and kicks. And I think she's going to try to keep close. I think Smitson, however, is going to try to keep a bit of space so she can swing at DiMatteo. What do you think this is going to play out as?
I know where you're coming from. Laura also has very educated feet. We've seen her use a dropkick very effectively. We've seen her use an enziguri extremely effectively. I think that another factor that may be a bigger factor is the difference in sizes and how Skye Smitson is absolutely going to use that to her advantage. Laura DiMatteo is going to be thrown around. There's going to be a lot of heavy, high-impact strikes, yes, as you're saying, but also just throws, suplexes, slams, and Laura is going to have to endure it. The thing is, on the other side of that coin is, it's Laura. Laura will endure it. She has an incredible resilience. So I think it's just a matter of seeing which one of these two is going to give in first.
Not only will she endure it, David, I think she can counter that. She can throw a bigger person around.
But Skye Smitson has it in her to be so overwhelming over their opponents that she just won't give you the space to turn it around. So I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued.
Now Laura is the technician, but Skye Smitson is showing here that she can play that game. But she has been pulled down to the mat by Laura DiMatteo. Taking control with that headlock.
Something interesting as well here is that the Purpose audience is just... It sounds a little bit divided here. There's actually chants for Skye Smitson somehow.
I think proving herself against the 8-7 as part of the Experiment in Terror has shown the Purpose audience what Skye Smitson is made of. They want to see more.
There's absolutely something to say about the toughness of Skye Smitson and how she is not afraid to prove it.
There aren't many people in the world that are going to get in the face of Big Wavy Roy Johnson. And Skye Smitson did it. She has proven time and time again how tough she is.
Biceps are almost as big.
Almost. I mean, Roy Johnson is as big as my head, but...
Laura seems to be winning this beginning here of the match. Their technique, they're trying to keep this clean and simple. It's almost like Skye's trying to beat Laura at her own game. And she's not doing a bad job about it, but Laura has been taking the majority of the beginning of this match here. It keeps going back and forth though, very interesting. We'll see which one of these two will be the first one to risk something and get the advantage.
Before seeing it, I would have said this was a mistake by Smitson. But now that it's peppering in her usual offense, those stiff forearms. Already, Laura looks a little bit worse from there. A little bit shaky on her legs, trying to get that some separation. Nice arm drag. Look for a second and gets it. And a drop.
There's the drop kick
that you said, David. This is the thing that if you get Laura DiMatteo fired up, you're going to have a lot of trouble stopping her.
I'm a great analyst, Bobby, you know? I'm really good at this commentary thing.
Nice trip there, get down low, trip Smitson, take her out with the legs. Running clothesline. And a 2 count out the bat. Smitson is rocked already.
We talked about who was going to do the first, who's going to go for, who's going to risk their control first. And Laura was the one who did it. She pushed Skye Smitson enough to create some separation. And by doing that, she got those arm drags. Skye Smitson knew she needed to do something. And shoving her against the corner and hitting all those body shots was very likely the right thing to do. Skye Smitson is back in control. And I don't think Laura is breathing very easily.
Now those stiff body shots, those stiff uppercuts to the those body
shots.
Now Smitson powers up DiMatteo, holding her upside down, rushing the blood to her head. This is a long stalling suplex.
That's a interesting maneuver. You know, I do that sometimes. Yeah. I might do that one on Jordan bracelet. How long did she hold her up?
I don't know, about 15?
Was that 15?
Yeah, give or take, I would have thought.
Give me a number. Give me a number. I'm gonna
double it, Francisco.
You think I can double it?
Give it a go.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in the ring. 30.
30.
30. Watch me.
How much? A fiver.
Nah, man, I can do it. 20 pounds.
20 pounds. Right, I'm in.
A score. Watch me.
Back to this match. Nice rollover by Laura DiMatteo. Pin Smitson. Nice dropkick. That actually caught Laura in midair, and the feet came right out from under Laura and almost went into the ropes. Smitson just forcing her face down to the mat. Looks to recover again. Kick out by DiMatteo, but she's looking shaken.
I was talking earlier about how the power of Skye Smitson is going to be a factor in this match. The agility of Laura DiMatteo is also proving to be a factor in it, right? So early, sure, she was getting her advantage with the technique and those arm drags and everything. The way she went into that assisted sunset flip off the top rope, easily, the way she was able to position Skye Smitson into that position to try and get the win. And obviously she hit the dropkick earlier. If Laura keeps relying on her athleticism, she will be able to overcome this. The power of Skye Smitson, did you see that?
That deadlift gut wrench suplex, that's got to be it. Laura just almost slides out underneath there, uses the legs to kick. I think if Smitson would have hooked the far leg, I don't think Laura DiMatteo would have been able to kick out of that one.
Laura DiMatteo keeps fighting. She doesn't allow herself to stay down. She wants to maintain her undefeated streak here on purpose. But this is a tough challenge for her.
Smitson just forcing her into the corner. Then Laura looking to cause that separation again. A swift gut kick and a swift elbow.
I don't think she wants to trade elbows with Skye Smitson. The villainess has a very nasty right hand that she's not afraid to use it.
Now Laura grounding herself, getting that base and holding onto the top rope, not allowing Smitson to send her off the ropes. And there you go, a European uppercut. Goes through and look for a fisherman suplex. Oh! That was a snap fisherman suplex, rolling Smitson over and landing her on a tailbone.
I don't think Skye Smitson was expecting Laura to... Oh no! She was expecting that!
Look for the springboard and does not get it. Cut off at the pass by Skye Smitson and just slammed to the mat.
How nasty was that kick? Skye Smitson came in with the homework done. She knew what Laura DiMatteo was going to try and she knew how to counter it.
Tight chin lock here. That's cranking on Laura's neck. Laura trying to break apart using those body shots. Forcing Smitson into the corner. Trying to send her across, but Smitson using that power again. Laura evades.
There it is.
Roll up.
There it is. The agility we were talking about and the space, she saw that kick coming.
And a clothesline, and Laura DiMatteo getting ahead of steam. She's feeling it now. The half of the audience that is behind her has gotten her fired up. What a Hurricane Rana.
That was awesome, Bobby. Laura DiMatteo trying to use her speed and agility to turn this match around, and she's been able to. Hasn't been enough. Is she going to got her with that DDT? That was awesome.
Hits that springboard tornado DDT. This is it. This is over now. Smitson with enough just to kick out. But both women now are looking spent.
And this audience hasn't stopped being divided as they are. There's like a ton of them calling for Laura DiMatteo. There's a big pocket of them, fans of Skye Smitson, who came in to cheer their favorite wrestler. This is very balanced both ways.
What a great reverse by Smitson, blocking that kick.
What's she going for?
Maybe an air raid crash? Air raid crash. Holding the wrist of DiMatteo, you notice that? So there's something else to try and hold on to.
DiMatteo could not try and move her right arm to try and get her right shoulder blade off the mat. She was able to move the left. Good strategy there by Skye Smitson, but it wasn't enough to try and get the win. Can she capitalize and keep this momentum going?
Advantage Skye Smitson, Laura DiMatteo after the air raid crash. Can't even get her legs under her, she's not standing up straight. Breaks the arm, grabs the wrist. Russian leg sweep.
Skye Smitson took too long. She took too long trying to badmouth Laura DiMatteo and trash talk her, and this is what happens. She can catch you with that from anywhere.
She taps, and the thing about Laura DiMatteo, once she's got that in, she is vicious. Those heels are coming to your face. That is another win on the board for Laura DiMatteo. She is 3-0 in purpose. And can anyone stop this roll that she is on?
You could see the effects that Skye Smitson left on Laura DiMatteo. She's still feeling those body shots from earlier in the match, but she was able to survive and overcome. Laura DiMatteo is on a roll here at Purpose Wrestling. What's next for Laura DiMatteo?
I know, we're going to throw it to the back now. We're going to hear from Laura DiMatteo and Skye Smitson.
Benny, Didi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Another match, another win, and still undefeated in Purpose Wrestling. What's next? What's next for me? I think it's time for Laura DiMatteo to be a champion.
That wasn't exactly how Experiment and Terra wanted things to go, but rest assured, I'm not done yet.
Purpose Wrestling returns to the Merton Art Space on the 8th of July with March of the Dogs. We've got the Super Chapman brothers versus the 0121.
Matt Kurt and Harry Chapman bit more than they could chew at Fix Up Look Sharp. They got the attention of Dan Maloney, and Dan Maloney's gonna come and fight the Chapman brothers with his tag team partner returning to Purpose, men like Therese. I don't think the odds are good for the Super Chapman brothers.
Destination Everywhere, the O.J.M.O. and Connor Mills will take on Nino, Bryant and Jordon Breaks.
There is a lot brewing with the four-man part of this match. Not only everything that's been happening between Nino, Bryant and the O.J.M.O., but also Jordon Breaks and Connor Mills will face, knowing that a month from then they will be in the finals of the championship tournament, and one of them is going to become the first ever Purpose Wrestling champion. Things are going to heat up at March of the Dogs.
And on the 12th of August, we've got the finals of the Purpose Wrestling Championship Tournament.
It was the first official main event in the history of Purpose Wrestling. These men fought their way to the top of the mountain, and they will fight and the finals of the Purpose Wrestling Championship Tournament. Only one of these two can become the first ever Purpose Wrestling champion. And with Destination Everywhere backing Connor Mills, I wonder what's going to happen on the 12th of August.
Thank you for watching Purpose Wrestling Lightspeed here on YouTube. Like, share and subscribe. Check the description for more content and tickets.